What's going on YouTube? Modeling that back at you with part 2 of the 1/72 Minicraft B-24 Stripped for Action build. As you can see, we've got some sub-assemblies together and got some paint in here, so just wanted to catch you guys up before I buttoned her up. So the sub-assemblies, mainly just getting the interior detail. Big thing to do when you're doing this, if you are going to do sub-assemblies like this, is test fit the two halves together like crazy. Make sure everything's lining up on both sides as the glue is setting, just so you don't run into problems later. Then for the interior color, I went and sprayed everything down with Vallejo Model Air's interior green. I absolutely love this color of green for interiors. As I've walked around a few B20, I think I've walked through the B24 that's flying, along with many B17s and B25s and stuff like that. This color green just kind of fits more of what the interior color really kind of is. And I understand that, restored birds aren't the original, but, got to go with what you got. So anyways, obviously if as you're spraying it, make sure you're coming in from all the odd angles to get up and into here. Still not sure if I'm going to have the Bombay doors open or closed, so went ahead and just got all the detail in for the most part and things like that. As you can see, got a lot of nose weights in here, as the B24s and B25s are very well known as being tail sitters, especially the B24s, because their wings are so far to the front. It definitely wants to tail sit. So the big weight that I'm using here for the bulk of it is a old rollerball mouse, like computer mouse, the ball from that with the rubber coating cut off, and then just use some crystal clear or just PVA glue. That way I don't have to worry about heat to get that secured in. I also cut some lead fishing weights and glued those in on both sides. I think I've got it about right. Again, I was test fitting this thing like crazy and going through and trying to balance it on my finger, and I think I got it about right. It might still be a little tail heavy, but to try to bridge that gap, when I put the engine nacelles on, I'm going to go ahead and kind of pack the back ends of those with a couple of fishing weights on each engine. That should get this pushing down enough in the front. I think it should be good. But as you can see, got the other side in here. Have the front gear bay. I went ahead and glued in the upper ring for the upper turret. I'll go ahead and get this just kind of masked off, and that way once I have the two halves together later tonight, I'll get that masked off along with all of the clear parts and stuff like that, so I can start getting this thing ready to go for paint. Also have the two wings fully completed here, so as you can see, those are all good for the most part. Just call it the right wing, I'll just do that. Did have a couple of gaps, as you can see right in through here. Yeah, let's see if the camera will focus on it. There we go. As you can see, there was like a Z line of white. That is some filler that was used with some evergreen styrene. So the 0.010 and the 0.030 width styrene strips. And so that stuff really fits in nice. You don't have to worry about shrinkage with it. Filled this side in as well. Just again, it's an older kit. Doesn't have the best fit in the world. This wing set was a mess. As you can see, it's still not 100% perfect. Between the two, you can see this one's drooping quite a bit out here on the outer edge. This entire lower wing through here and here was dropped about, I'd say dropped down about the height of a pencil. So had to use clothespins, wood pegs, whatever you want to call them, to actually lock it together and hold it through the overnight. At this point, I think it's got enough strength with the weld action glues to really lock it in, but that was a mess. Went ahead while I had the green in, got the engine plates all painted up. I'll come back in and brush paint the metal on those. I also got the interior of each of the engine nacelles painted as well, so I'll get those, like I said, out. What I'm going to go ahead and do is drop in the these holders for the engines, get this thing fully buttoned up probably later on tonight. Again, it's previous, or as mentioned about it being a tail sitter, these rudders and vertical wing, or vertical, yeah, sorry, my brain's just not wanting to work tonight, but this entire rear section, this is definitely what makes it a tail sitter. It's a big, chunky, heavy piece of plastic. So like I said, hopefully got enough nose weight. The other thing that was really kind of a joy was working with the nose. Again, as you can see here, it is 100% clear. So I don't know if this is going to fog up on me. If it does, I'll definitely come back and let you know. But I've seen some other YouTubers that do auto car builds, and they use this, the white Plastruck Bond, Bondini, I don't know, Bondine, whatever you want to call it. This stuff is, from what I've seen out of other YouTubers, it really does well at not fogging. So used it on here. Still tried to keep it away from anywhere that it would. Now it looks like this is obviously fogged. That was me sanding down this section to try to get rid of the seam a little bit. Through here, the original sprue parts, one of them came to the center, the other one was a short shot and only came about 3/4 of the way out. So instead of just redoing the one, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a whole new little part. So got some evergreen styrene. I believe this was, I don't have the exact measurement on it, but used a piece of evergreen, got it cut down, locked in about the exact spot. I'm going to have, again, gear down so I don't have to worry about the doors fitting or anything like that. So went ahead and did that. Also used, got the main glass in. As you can see, there's quite a bit of a white line right where the main glass meets. That's, again, actually not any sort of fogging or anything like that. That is, again, some of this evergreen styrene strip, using it as filler because this join was a huge mess. So done a lot of test fitting with this against the nose to make sure everything's lined up, which it is. So that should be good to get put on as well. So that is about it for the build construction for this part. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, and we will catch you guys in the next one.